What is up, everybody? It is good to get back in the studio today to check out how well the Komplete Kontrol software is working on the brand new Apple M1 Mac Mini. And yeah, it's been out for half a year or so, but I'm still putting it through its paces to understand how well some of my old favorite software as well as some of my new favorite software is working inside of the new machine. It's interesting because this piece of software, Komplete Kontrol, has actually been out for a little while, but it didn't really come onto my radar until I started working with teaching my son actually a little bit about music and just trying to pull up an application that loads a variety of different instruments based on categorization, not necessarily having to remember the names of the sample libraries and really dig into manuals and all that sort of stuff. You can just sort of queue up piano, for example. I can say piano, and then you're presented with a number of different options for piano, say grand piano, and then number of different characteristics you can then choose from, or you can just literally start thumbing through the preset names and literally start auditioning the way these things sound just by hitting the down arrows, for example. And then I'm going to go ahead and actually load that Alicia Keys preset. So I'm just going to double click on it. You can see it loads for just a second, but it's kind of a trimmed down version of the, of the library that is included within Native Instruments. And you can, of course, flip-flop between all of these various presets just by going through the up and down arrows through here as well. And it's really, really cool. And it basically works just like Machine, which is what I really love about this instrument, is that you can just kind of load whatever you want. Piano, strings, I mean, think about it, drums, depending on how deep your library goes. Everything that's sort of NKS compatible, which is Native Instruments, native integration that ties all of this stuff into this Machine and Komplete Kontrol world where you can look things up by categorization and instrument type. It just makes everything sort of seamless in terms of trying to find certain sounds you may be looking for. So really, really cool stuff, and it's working really, really well so far. I mean, I had a small issue earlier where I tried to close the application and it quit my session, but other than that, I really haven't ran into too many glitches. I really haven't ran into too many issues. Just switching between instruments, pulling up various instruments. I actually am working on a session with my son where we have about 7 or 8 different Komplete Kontrol channels, all just running with MIDI at the moment. None of them really committed to audio, except for this one riser. I did some effects and different things on a riser. So anyway, all transparency aside, it's running a number of these different instances of Komplete Kontrol at once really, really well. No complaints so far. So this is the way an Alicia Keys piano sounds like. Little Radiohead for you, but it's really, really cool. And as you can see, I'm just having nothing but fun, kind of just messing with the different sounds and being able to pull up things on a whim, and just be able to start experimenting with different sounds, different, maybe drums, different strings, different instruments. So it's really, really cool. You can collapse these menus. Obviously, they, expand a little bit if you start selecting certain things. But if you also just leave things unselected, so now we're pulling a battery. So anyway, it's just it works really well. I'm flipping through presets, pulling up different kinds of sounds. Of course, depending on what kind of music you need to produce, obviously, you can pull up all sorts of different sounds inside of this thing. You can also search for various sounds. And depending on what you're searching within, if you're thinking, you need to pull up some sounds from a really particular instrument, you can also jump into where it says all instruments up here. And this is actually kind of like a drop-down menu where you literally just drop everything down that's in your library. So say you need to, pull up something from this Farlight sort of thing. Well, now you're just in this menu and just pulling up presets related to this particular instrument. So now when I click on that, it's going to pull up Farlight, which is, of course, a KONTAKT. That sounds really cool. Little Gary Newman for you. But as you can see, I'm having nothing but fun. I'm having absolutely no issues whatsoever. Complete Control's just working splendidly well. And it's just an absolute joy so far working with it. I can't wait to use it for future productions, as it, just instantly speeds up the workflow. Gets you right into the zone of looking for what kind of sound you're looking for really, really quickly. So it's a super awesome tool. It's flown under the radar for me for a while. And yeah, can't wait to continue to use it even more. Until next time.